What's up, Wise Flash? Today we're going to talk about the top 5 mistakes that beginners make with travel credit cards and how they're losing out on hundreds of dollars in travel benefits. My name is David. I'm the founder of Wise Flies, dedicated to saving you 90% on flights and get free hotel nights by maximizing your everyday spending. If this topic interests you, then consider subscribing. Let's get into today's topic about the top 5 mistakes that beginners make with travel credit cards and how they're losing out on hundreds of dollars in travel benefits. I'm not gonna lie, I've made a ton of mistakes in the beginning, mainly because I didn't know any better. I jumped in head first. I didn't have a mentor to help me, and so I'm here for you to help you make sure that you don't make any of the same mistakes. If you don't already know, there are a ton of travel benefits when it comes to travel credit cards if used properly. If you decide on getting travel credit cards, the most important thing to do is to pay it in full every single month. Never carry a balance, because if you have a balance or any debt with any of these travel credit cards, you're completely negating the whole point of getting travel miles and points. Also, travel credit cards have some of the highest credit interest rates out of any other credit card. So if you get into debt with a travel credit card, you're in a lot of trouble. So I definitely recommend thinking twice before getting started. The first and one of the saddest mistakes that anybody can make when getting a travel credit card is not getting the sign-up bonus. So when you apply for travel credit cards, usually you get the sign-up bonus after completing the minimum spending in a certain amount of time. If you miss that spending requirement in that time, you don't get the sign-up bonus. There's no negotiating or talking your way into it. It's gone. I've actually made this mistake with my second credit card ever. I actually applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. This is back in 2011, and I couldn't complete the minimum spending, so I missed out on the sign-up bonus. Back then, I didn't think it was a big deal. I thought there's other cards to get with other sign-up bonuses, but looking back on it now, it makes me really sad that I missed out on that $40,000 or potentially $700 plus in travel benefits. To make sure that you never miss out on the sign-up bonus, don't apply for a credit card that you don't think you can complete the minimum spending for. If you're not familiar, there's creative spending techniques where you could use gift cards and other options, which I won't go over in this video. Another thing you could do to make sure you don't miss out the sign-up bonus is plan to complete the minimum spending about 15 days before the due date. The minimum spending due date is the day that the card is approved, not the day that you receive it, not the day that it's activated, but approved. So you want to make sure you find out that date and try to complete it, the minimum spending, 15 days before that day. If you wait until the last day or two, it may not even show up as a purchase on your account. The second mistake is not applying for the travel credit card at the right time. So usually every travel credit card has elevated sign-up bonuses. What that means is today the bonus could be 50,000 points after completing the minimum spending, but then next week it could go up to 100,000 after completing the minimum spending. So the difference in these sign-up bonuses, we usually don't know when the sign-up bonus is going to increase, but sometimes we know when the sign-up bonus is going to decrease. So for example, if you want the American Express Platinum card, recently it was 100,000 point sign-up bonus. Now it's at 60,000 point sign-up bonus. So you want to make sure that you apply for it at the highest point. A way to avoid applying for the credit cards when the sign-up bonus is low is the mail-in offers and the airline websites. So for example, American Airlines may send you an offer in the mail saying, get a 30,000 point sign-up bonus after completing the minimum spending, when other places on the internet, it's up to 60,000 as a public offer. If you're not like me, spending a few hours a day keeping up with the latest promotions and deals and elevated sign-up bonuses and all that type of stuff, then click the link in the description. I'll give you a free card consultation to make sure that you get the highest sign-up bonus if you're looking for a certain card. Sometimes cards will go through different cycles where twice a year the bonus will be higher and it'll go up and down. So make sure that you apply for the credit card at the right time and you know that you're getting the highest sign-up bonus, because some cards you can't get twice. The third mistake that beginners make with travel credit cards is redeeming for low value rewards. For example, if you get the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you get 50,000 points after completing the minimum spending. That's great. Some people decide to get gift cards or merchandise or even cash back with that 50,000 points. Please don't do that. You get a lot more value out of it if used otherwise. For example, you could get 2 round trips to Hawaii from anywhere in the US for the 50,000 Chase points. But if you were to take it out as cash, let's say $500, you would never be able to get 2 round trips with that $500 cash. That's because you could leverage the points better when you transfer to a partner airline. Let's say in this example with Hawaii, you could transfer Chase points over to Korean Air, and through Korean Air book a round trip to Hawaii for only 25,000 miles round trip and $11 in taxes. It's really important to make sure that every redemption you make, you're getting the most value out of it. You don't want to just book a trip for certain dates, for a certain location, because you have the points and you just book it and you don't do any research to make sure you're getting value out of that redemption. To make sure you don't make that mistake, you want to get high value redemptions for all of your trips. Anytime you use flights, hotels, you want to make sure you're getting a lot of value for all your points, because those points are gold. Personally, I've gotten over $100,000 in travel. If I would have paid full price, I would have never been able to afford it. So travel points and miles can go a really long way. It's taken me to 7 continents and over 50 countries. The last mistake that beginners make with travel credit cards is letting their points expire. This is really sad and could easily be avoided. So if you get a credit card with a sign-up bonus, let's say the Citibank, American Airlines, you get 60,000 miles after completing the minimum spending, but you don't have any plans to use those points or miles, don't let them expire. Even if 2 years go by, 3 years go by, and you have no idea how to use the points, and you think that if you don't use the points for a flight, that they expire, that's not true. There are a ton of ways to reset the clock to make the points never expire, even if you're not using it for travel. This goes for hotel as well as airline points. If you want some tips and tricks of how to reset the clock with whatever airline or hotel loyalty program that you have to make sure that your miles and points don't expire, I have a link in the description that goes through every single process to make sure that your points never expire without having to travel or use them for hotels or flights or anything like that. One example would be to get miles for mags, which is a way to redeem your points for a magazine subscription. For as little as 100 points, you could reset the clock for your airline miles and make sure that they don't expire, and you get a 12-month subscription of whatever magazine you want. Now that you know the top 5 mistakes that beginners make with travel credit cards, I hope you never make these mistakes and get thousands of dollars in travel benefits if you use these strategies the right way. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to apply for any of the credit cards mentioned or any other cards with big sign-up bonuses, click the link in the description. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.